Thank you for being here and to spend your time with us.
Thank you.
Well, everybody knows the meaning of your name, and so I would ask you the reason of this name, but we want to know if there is a word in this name between Motor City Drama Ensemble that will represent you most.
Oh, okay. Well, the whole thing with the Motor City is like that I've been educated by soul music that comes from Detroit, and I've been growing up in Stuttgart, which means like I've been growing up with car industry and everything. So I think you can't just pick any word because it's like a story, you know.
Yeah.
You can't just take any word. If you just take motor, if you just take city, if you just take it doesn't make sense. So.
Yes, but you grow up, and so maybe there is a word, or if you want, you can decide another word to complete your name, or not. I don't know.
That's a good one. I don't know. For me, like what is most important about my music, I guess, is soul.
Okay.
So like soul music that is like a link to the Motor City again. Soul music for me is the most important thing because like we all communicate through our souls, and that's what I learned from the Motor City. That's what I learned from Detroit. Is that like we might have not so much. How do I best put it? Like we grow up in shit situations, but we try to make the best out of it, or actually we tell a story about why we grew up in shit situations and try to make the best out of it. And this is soul music, and I grew up in a rural town in southern Germany discovering soul music, and for me, soul encompasses everything about my musical project. It's about soul, it's about just having this kind of spirit, like whatever it is, we're gonna make it work.
Okay. Yeah. So your name is like your history.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
And you did your first production at 16. You was very young.
Yeah.
And how was about your relationship with the music? How do you define it right now?
I started very young as a drummer, like with 10, and I got some software from a friend, and so I started doing beats, but like super young, and like then I had a label offering me a record deal when I was 16, so that's just how it happened, I guess. And yeah.
And the last week you played at the Dimension Festival in Croatia.
You saw me playing there?
He saw you.
You like it?
Yes, I like so much.
With Sam together, with floating points, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And how was this experience?
Did you like it? Yeah, of course. It's always really nice to play with Sam. And it's a bit like, it's very nerdy when we play together. We look at the crowd, but at the same time we try to impress each other, you know. It's like, hey, you know this record, you know this record. So it's always a bit like very nerdy, but in a cool way, and we still try to keep the crowd and everything. So it's always cool. Yeah.
And during this festival, played some of the big heroes of Detroit school, like Terry Parrish and Moody Man. And approaching to this school, which is the artist that influenced you most?
Well, the thing is, you have to, if you talk about people from Detroit, you have to put it in perspective. That's why I was referencing the whole soul thing. You can't just talk about somebody like Theo or Moody Man or the whole Detroit techno school or whatever without putting it in perspective with what's been before. And before was like Marvin Gaye, was Stevie Wonder and all this kind of stuff. So for me there is no, Detroit has such a rich history, you can't separate it. It's all just a natural thing that developed out of the city, and I don't know, like each one of them influences me, and it's fascinating stuff.
And which is the track that you listen more in during this year? For us is Caribou, Can't Do Without You.
Which track?
That you listen more.
No, but which track?
Caribou.
I didn't even hear it yet. I'm a really good friend with them, but I didn't even hear it yet. He sent it to me, and I was like, fuck, but yeah, I still need to listen to that. Yeah, he's a really good guy. Yeah. This year, wow. Maybe the 7 Davis Jr. thing, what's it called? I don't know. 7 Davis Jr., the Love track or something.
Okay. well, for me it's enough.
Mm.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.